First stream since the announcement. Oh, you guys know how hard it is? You know how hard it is to keep that fight under wraps? For how long we did? We knew that fight for a minute, bruh. Glad it's coming through, you know? Well, we see, though. We see how it goes July 11th. Do you think his mic skills is going to be the same? Of course his mics. Why wouldn't his mic skills be the same? Why wouldn't it be, boys? Oh, yeah, I'm excited, brother. I get to eat during all of camp. I get to eat what I want to eat, boys. Imagine I misweighted 170. Holy shit. The fuck was I doing? What the hell am I doing, you know? Oh. Every fight is a hard fight, bro. Conor's still dangerous, bro. You'd be dumb as hell to think he's not. You think his mic skills is gonna be the same? Of course his mics. Why wouldn't his mic skills be the same? Why wouldn't it be, boys? Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be the same? Guy is still using his mic skills now.
I think Max smokes him like a brisket.
You think so?
Like the thing is, Conor has the power. Like that's not gonna, no matter the injury, that's gonna be there still. The timing, a lot of things, other things matter, but the power is gonna be there.
What are the odds on that fight, you think?
I think
Max is the favorite.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think Max is
definitely
the
a favorite, but
Max
like,
is the
one. 3-1, I would say.
3-1? Man, I'm thinking like 6-1.
The odds are,
Max
I
has
saw
been
some odds.
so active. You know, obviously he lost to
6-1 is
Oliveira
crazy,
in his
though.
last fight, but before that, I mean, he's been looking great. And he's not going to have to worry about the wrestling and jiu-jitsu, obviously, of Conor McGregor.
No.
So, and Max just gets better as the fight goes on. Conor slows down to begin with, and now this is 5 years off. It's just a big up.
Also, it's at 170 pounds.
So Holloway is a minus 400.
Yeah.
Minus 400.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
You know those Irish fans are going to bring that line down, though.
For sure.
They're going to be betting hard on Conor.
For sure. Maybe wait to pull the trigger on the bet, because the lines are going to change.
As the anticipation grows for Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway 2, opinions continue to split across the MMA world. Some believe McGregor will return with another explosive knockout performance, while others feel Holloway's experience, pace, and durability make him the more complete fighter. Predictions and debates surround the matchup from every direction, but once the cage door closes, none of the outside noise matters anymore. At that point, it becomes a pure fight between two elite competitors determined to settle everything inside the octagon.
Again, I think Conor's really serious about coming back, and so I think he's really going to be focused, and I think he's determined to show the world who he is when it comes to fighting. So I think we're gonna see a very good version of Conor. We're gonna see a serious version of Conor, and that version that's going to show up is going to give Max a really hard test. Yeah. I think there's a potential that Max's like activity, and because he's been in there a little bit, will help him edge out some of those tougher parts. Yeah. But I have high faith in Conor. I do think that.
What do you make of this matchup? Do you think Conor can get it done?
It's too hard to say. Conor's been out. Like, we don't know what we're going to see, which version of Conor we saw. Like, even the last fight that we saw him in didn't look great. Yeah, I understand he got injured and stuff like that, but the one before that wasn't great either. You know. But in saying that, let's say we see Conor of old come back, like huge, muscly, 170, feeling himself. He's a nightmare for anyone. He's got some of the, like in his prime, his striking would have been the best in the UFC. Like I think his timing and combos and eyes were just sensational. So yeah, I think that version of Conor is very dangerous for anyone. But are we going to get that version? Who knows?
According to Chael Sonnen, far more is at stake for Conor McGregor than just a single result. Sonnen believed another loss could trap McGregor in a cycle of rematches and unanswered rivalries, adding another name to the list of opponents fans constantly want him to face again. He also pointed out that expectations around McGregor have always been extreme, with fans demanding bigger challenges and greater risks every time he competes. That pressure now leads to the biggest question surrounding the fight. Does McGregor still have what it takes to win at the highest level?
And Conor's one of these guys, like this iconic career. And when the career is done, I mean, what happens if Conor goes out and loses to Max? But it's a great fight. Then do we go to the trilogy? We see Conor fight Max again? And you see the problem? You look at this guy that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we're sitting around telling the story to our grandkids, we're going to have to mention Poirier and Diaz and Poirier and Diaz and Holloway. I mean, you tell the whole story and you got three guys. It was one of these things where as a fan, we get greedy. Conor's enough. Bring us Conor, that's enough. But we get greedy, right? Oh, hey, put a little something on it. Oh, hey, spice this up. Make it believable. Make it 3 rounds instead of 5. Like, make it believable that Conor has a way to go, that he's got a map and a path and a strategy.
Chael Sonnen believes Conor McGregor is facing a situation unlike almost anyone else in MMA history. Sonnen pointed out that fighters returning from major injuries and long layoffs rarely come back at the same elite level. What makes this comeback even more dangerous is that McGregor is not choosing an easy return fight. Instead, he could step straight into a high-level matchup against Max Holloway, one of the sport's most active and experienced contenders. According to Sonnen, that risk is exactly what makes the fight so compelling, and if McGregor manages to win, it could become one of the most impressive comeback victories the UFC has ever seen.
Is in a situation that has never been overcome, and Conor's a true fighter. Conor is genuinely as curious about how he's going to do as I am. Nobody with that leg injury has ever come back and been remotely close to themselves. Anderson Silva went through it, Corey Hill went through it, Chris Weidman went through it. Nobody has come back all tough, all still dangerous. Never remotely did they ever return to what they once were. So Conor's going to have to do that. He's going to have to be the first. Nobody has ever sat out for 6 years and come back against a current top contender and won. So Conor's going to have to do that. He's got the leg injury thing, which no one's ever done. He's going to have to overcome that, but then he's going to 6 years on the shelf come back against a current and active contender. Guys have come back against other guys that were on the shelf, but not current active contenders. Never been done successfully. So he's going to have to do both of those.
On the other side, Zhao believed the outcome would depend entirely on which version of Conor McGregor appeared on fight night. He praised McGregor's timing, accuracy, and elite counter-striking, calling him one of the most dangerous early-round finishers in UFC history. At the same time, he pointed to the concern that has followed McGregor throughout his career, his stamina in longer fights. While McGregor tends to slow down as the rounds progress, Max Holloway is known for maintaining relentless pressure and a high pace deep into fights because of his exceptional endurance.
You know, do we feel like Holloway's going to get the TKO? Do we feel like Holloway's going to have better striking? Or is it going to go to the ground? Max has fought everybody. Gaethje, Poirier, Topuria, I mean, you name it. And he's obviously a different fighter than the last time they fought. I think he was like 21 or something, 22. What do we feel happens? I'll start with you, Yusuf.
I feel like it all depends on how Conor shows up. He's one of the best counter attackers I've seen in the UFC. Like, just the accuracy and all that. But the problem is his cardio slows down after the 3rd, 4th, 5th. Max Holloway does not slow down. That guy can, I think he can literally do 10 rounds, no problem. So it's like, we'll see how.
Despite the doubts surrounding Conor McGregor, Khalil Rountree Jr. believes many fans are underestimating McGregor's motivation heading into the comeback fight. Rountree expects a focused and disciplined version of McGregor to appear against Max Holloway, driven by the desire to prove he still belongs among the elite. He also acknowledged Holloway's recent activity and experience against top competition, saying that could become a major advantage in difficult moments. Even so, Rountree still believes McGregor has the ability to rise to the occasion and pull off a huge comeback victory.
And I think Conor's really serious about coming back, and so I think he's really going to be focused, and I think he's determined to show the world who he is when it comes to fighting. So I think we're gonna see a very good version of Conor. We're gonna see a serious version of Conor, and that version that's going to show up is going to give Max a really hard test. Yeah. I think there's a potential that Max's like activity, and because he's been in there a little bit, will help him edge out some of those tougher parts. Yeah. But I have high faith in Conor. I do think that.
Kamaru Usman believes there is still danger in Conor McGregor when he performs at his best. Usman praised McGregor's unique style, pointing to the way he blends southpaw boxing, kickboxing, timing, and precision into his attacks. He also noted that even if McGregor was never known as an elite grappler, he always had enough skill to remain dangerous in every situation. However, according to Usman, The biggest question is not about talent or ability. It is whether McGregor can stay fully focused on competition instead of returning to the promotional antics and distractions that have followed parts of his career.
But listen, yes, of course, a lot has happened in McGregor's life. He's gone through a lot. He's done a lot of different things. But man, I do believe he was special for what he did. He was special for a southpaw that can box like that and then kickbox like that and then good taekwondo too, to be able to see shots and move. And he can grapple. I mean, obviously not the best. He could grapple. And then he's got the mouthpiece to promote, to be with it. It's what I want to see is really, how is this going to be promoted? How is he going to promote this? Because is it just enough him just coming back? I'm back. Is that just enough? Or do you think he's going to go into his antics and really try to build this or whatnot? Because it's almost like
Kamaru Usman believes Conor McGregor will enter the fight fully prepared both mentally and physically. Usman explained that McGregor understands how important this comeback is, especially against a proven contender like Max Holloway, who has remained one of the UFC's most active and dependable fighters. While acknowledging Holloway's toughness and consistency, Usman feels McGregor will push himself to the limit because he has no intention of letting himself down in such a massive return fight.
I do think, I think Conor's going to be prepared. He's going to come out and he's going to put his best foot forward. Of course, Holloway has been active. We know Holloway is a real deal. But I think he will be prepared, and I think he will come ready to fight. So.
By the way, we did get the announcement that Conor McGregor is fighting at 170, your weight class, against Max Holloway. And I know there was some talk of maybe you fighting Conor. Do you think he can beat Max at 170?
No, I think Max is gonna win. I'm super fan of Max Holloway, but he fighting more, Like McGregor is 5 years without fight.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's gonna beat Max Holloway.
Even though they're fighting at 170 and Max has never gone there. Doesn't matter.
No, I don't think so.
What do you make of this matchup? Do you think Conor can get it done?
It's too hard to say. Conor's been out. Like, we don't know what we're going to see, which version of Conor we saw. Like, even the last fight that we saw him in didn't look great. Yeah, I understand he got injured and stuff like that, but the one before that wasn't great either. But in saying that, let's say we see Conor of old come back, like huge, muscly, 170, feeling himself. He's a nightmare for anyone. He's got some of the, like in his prime, his striking would have been the best in the UFC. Like, I think his timing and combos and eyes were just sensational. So, yeah, I think that version of Conor is very dangerous for anyone. But are we going to get that version? Who knows?